it called? Monorail. Once again. Mono.
We start this video at the Southeast Terminus Station, Westlake Center. The Seattle Monorail opened in 1962 for the 1962 World's Fair held in Seattle. The monorail provided a fast link from downtown Seattle to the fairgrounds and the then-new Space Needle. The monorail has never been extended and only has 2 stations, with no intermediate stops on its 1.4-kilometer route. Through the decades, many advocates called for the monorail to be made into a transit system across the city, but that never happened. Seattle eventually chose LRT as a much more normal solution, per se. The monorail consists of 2 parallel concrete guideways with no switches between them. There are 2 Allweg monorails made in Germany. One monorail is permanently assigned to each of the 2 tracks. Essentially, this makes it 2 single-track lines operating back and forth beside each other. The 2 vehicles are painted white with a red accent on one train and a blue accent on the other. They are named the Red Train and Blue Train, rather creatively. The red train is assigned to the north track and the blue train is assigned to the south track. This video is on the blue train. The monorails are of the straddling beam type, running rubber bus tires along the top of the guideway beam, with smaller guide wheels keeping it centered on the guideway. In contrast to the single rail concept, there is a power rail on each of the guideway beams, providing 700 volts DC to the trains. You can see it here between the tracks. This Wikimedia photo from Sounder Bruce shows the interior of the red train. Note the wheel wells for the tires in the center of the vehicle. Surprisingly, for a 1962 vehicle, they are fully walk-through and step-free, futuristic. As the monorail has no switches, there is no separate maintenance depot or yard. Maintenance is carried out in a pit below the Northwest Terminus Station, Seattle Center. The original Westlake Terminus was originally a block further south, spanning Pine Street, but was rebuilt into the Westlake Center Mall. Here's the original 1962 Westlake Station from the Seattle Municipal Archives. The current Westlake Station features a narrowing of the right-of-way, sort of like Gauntlet Track, where the north track moves closer to the south track to allow for a loading bridge to be deployed across the south track, allowing trains on the north track to load without an extra platform being needed. No 2 trains can occupy this narrowed section at the same time. After 2 trains collided here by accident in 2005, an interlocking signal was installed to prevent trains from entering Westlake at the same time. Here's a photo from Brian Teutsch on Flickr of the 2005 monorail collision. Without further ado, here's the monorail ride.
Yeah.
Think you know about trains?
Yeah, a fair bit. I have friends who work at the SkyTrain Operations Center back home.
I used to have something set up here with you.
Say again?
I used to have something like this set up here.
Oh, yeah.
Driverless system. I think we tried it a few times, but it's just, being a being like a historical train line.
Yeah, my friend was telling me they tried well, back in the day when this was built, there was a lot of people calling for it to be expanded, but it just wasn't feasible. No crossovers anywhere, huh?
Nope, 2 parallel tracks. The only bit of faults we have is the ramps over there. So instead of retractable ramps, somehow is more behind it, right?
Yeah.
So you can see with those metal grids on there. That's the reason I did it.
Neat. Kind of like an airplane. That's good. I imagine it'd be quite high maintenance. I mean, back home there were hundreds of buses they retired because they had a wheelchair lift and they wanted ramps instead. So. Not bad.
Accessibility improvements. This is like 380 there, so.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Like we have ramps, like we have platforms for any door for Dolphins. So the only station in the entire Seattle area is the Monorail station. We're going to get them at Seattle Center sometime in the next few years. I mean, it's a little dependent on the new administration. So we're probably going to figure it out.
Kind of cool how it goes through the building here.
Yeah. This was built in the early 2000s with some old Jimi Hendrix's famous Smash guitars.
Huh.
It's a famous architect. I forgot his name. I don't know anything about architecture.
I'm not good with names either.
They're not supposed to. Seattle Center, we got a yellow line.
This happens all the time back home.
Yeah.
Don't do that. We've got lasers to detect them.
Lasers.
Yep. Screams at you.
Copy. Thank you.
Now arriving